What's up, guys? I'm GotenFreecss, and we are here for Komi Can't Communicate episode 7. Last episode, Najimi, Tadano, and Komi and everybody else called each other up and went to go visit the shrine as we continue our New Year's Day celebration. And Komi wouldn't show Tadano her fortune because it favored her in romance, and if she would have showed Tadano, it would have suggested that, so she decided not to tell him. Kitai wanted to hang out with Tadano more, but Tadano didn't really get the message because when Kitai invited him to go ice skating, Tadano thought it was for everybody, so he invited Najimi and Komi, but only Komi came. So we had Komi, Tadano, and Kitai ice skating. Neither one of them could ice skate except for Tadano. So Tadano looked real cool showing Komi and Kitai how to ice skate. And the bromance grew. The bromance is growing between Kitai and Tadano. They're actually becoming really good friends, which is really dope to see. Then we ended the episode off with Tadano actually, from what I'm assuming, getting sick from the ice skating. He was sick. His family had went out of town on vacation, so he really had nobody there to, kind of treat or help him. And he thought he was calling Najimi, but instead he called Komi on accident, and Komi came and nursed him back to health. Then as Tadano was sleeping, Komi actually saw that his hand was out and she was about to hold his hand until Najimi popped in and kind of ruined the whole situation unknowingly. And that's pretty much all we covered from last episode. So interesting again to this one, seeing what we're gonna see this episode. So without further ado, let's start episode 7.
解放の最中、只野くんの手を握っているところに馴染みが侵入。
What would they think? Why did she say it like that? Absolutely no way. Najimi didn't see you, Komi. Don't worry about it. She can't calm down. You had no idea why you did that, Komi. We know why you did it. Oh, Najimi did see it. Oh, never mind. That's just in her head. Wow, she's writing a whole letter to Najimi. This is just gonna... Wow. I repeat, there was no meaning behind it, nothing inappropriate. Komi, this is gonna dig you a deeper hole because, like, exactly, it sounds like you're making excuses. It's gonna dig you a deeper hole because Najimi is gonna be like, oh, really? I didn't even notice that. So you must like Tadano since she's going this far to explain why you're holding his hand. I'm mad that she actually looked at the card. Oh, this is gonna create a whole different type of misunderstanding because everybody's seeing her put a the horror face. That's Komi's horror face. See? Gonna make a whole different type of misunderstanding, man. Everybody gonna see that as a love letter. What? That's what you wrote? I was checking his post. Najimi has no idea what you're saying, Komi, at all. He has no idea of the situation or anything. I was checking his post. What does that even mean? What? This man really has amnesia just because he was sick? I'll tell you, man, these anime codes sound different, man. Wow. The eyes. Tadano. She definitely came over. Just ask her, did you come over? I couldn't really remember because I was sick. Like, I wasn't really sure. I was kind of in the daze, half sleep, all that. Wow. That's how it looks from his point of view. Yeah. No, she didn't call him Tadano. Just ask her. Just ask her. After that, after the phone call, she came in to help you. Look at her face. So nervous. 50 meters in 6.89 seconds. What? Yo, we need Komi on the track team. She was checking your pulse. Wow. Wow. She thinks she's awake. That's crazy. Oh, my boy. This is my dude. I forgot we had the next episode preview with him. Narcissist. Naruse-kun is a narcissist. Welcome. Wow. This is my boy, Komi-san. Komi-san. One of my favorite characters, man. Explain everything for me, my boy. This man is the MVP of the show, man. Y'all don't even know yet, man. This man is the MVP. Just a bit of fan service. Oh, it really was the preview. I'm dead. They really actually previewed this. Tough. This man is a narcissist, but he really deep down inside wants. He's lonely. My boy's lonely. He wants trans. That's what he wants. Naruse-kun. The only person that guessed it right. The only person out of town to know that really guessed this thing right. Wow. You gotta face the Komi Defense Force. Yep. Yo. Why they doing you like that, my boy? They don't even do Tadano like that. Mental resets. Wow. He's not able to grasp what the situation is, so he has to reset his mind. Oh. Dang, the wrong one. She's wow. What you gonna say to this, bro? She's really trying to bake you right now. Is he fighting or is she just gonna dust it off? Piano strings? What is going? Wow. The night person that we don't even see? Just what is going on? This is ridiculous. All he's trying to do is have a word. I must heal in the restroom while gazing my face in the mirror. That's how you recoup your HP points, my dog. Oh, he's feeling it today. Today is a rough day, huh? Had a rough day? Exactly. Going through a lot of stress. He done had a rough day. He done got hit so many times. It's hard to get your morale back up. But here she is to pick it back up. And we got the music playing. No way. Every time something like this happened, bro, all she did was just hand this man a handkerchief. It's brought the OP music in. What? No. Even now her eyes are fixed upon him when they actually were not fixed upon him, fixed upon somebody else. And now he has a misunderstanding. What the heck? What are you doing, Komi? What is going on? Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't know what to do if this man just came in. And they handed his phone straight to me without saying a word. Wow. It's that oh somebody waved at you and you thought they was waving back at you. Komi-san, you're breaking. What the heck? Why you sending him selfies, bro? Komi-san is replacing the narrator. That's something that the narrator would have usually said. Tadano gained a new friend. What's going on? What were you doing, Komi? Were you just daydreaming? Wow. She really was just daydreaming. She wasn't even bracing up for an answer. Wow. How you gonna call him an old man? Now you're calling Komi an old woman. Okay. Najimi comes and Najimi goes. You can't put a timer on Najimi. Najimi does what Najimi wants. Nice. Thank you, Tadano. You got it, man. Tadano notices these things. You know, he understands when you're not feeling yourself. Exactly. You didn't feel like yourself today. He just wants to make sure that you're all right. You cool. Tadano, you be dealing these KO punches, bro. And you have no idea that you be dealing these KO punches. Look at her. She shook. Come on, Komi. Reveal to him how you feeling. What's going on? Let's turn back around and grab him. Oh, wow. She called him. It's actually much easier for her this way, probably. I like how you turn around because he knows that she's literally right around the corner. Oh, wow. She's never actually been to Kyoto, even though it was her junior high trip. She must have missed. Tadano is really that dude, man. I like how they did that. Her closing her eyes and then opening her eye and we get into the flashback scene. That was a nice transition. Wow. She's actually really actually open up. I think this is like the first time that we've seen her talk about her backstory. This is actually really sad, man. This is really sad. I really feel bad for her at this point. And that's why it's impacted her so much and why she's iffy about this trip to Kyoto in the first place. Yeah. She missed the trip. She didn't want to go. She's crippled by her communication disorder. Yeah. She's scared. Wow. Everyone probably has somebody who's a better friend. Exactly. You got Tadano. Tadano. The only other better friend that Tadano might have is either Najiri or Katai. And y'all can all four be a group. It's not like, oh, well, Tadano, look at you. I mean, you still got groups though. You still got groups, Komi. You got Kaide on Emine. That's like perfect. Kaide on Emine. Wow. Look at you, Tadano. She knew what you meant, but at the same time, she's embarrassed because she's thinking of it as a date. This was actually dope. This is like the most that she's ever talked, even to Tadano. Nice. She's legit having a genuine verbal conversation with Tadano. Maybe this is I was just about to say, maybe this is like a big thing that'll put her over the hump. Right? She really had no idea that she really had no idea that all these people wanted to be in her group. Yep. What will happen? Look at this. The concepts of the universe. The big puzzling question of the universe is who will draw the lot to be in Komi-san's group. So that was Komi, episode 7, man. That flashback was really interesting. The whole reason for Tadano and Komi bringing that up was really engaging. So as we were talking about the Kyoto trip that we're about to go on, Tadano noticed that Komi was kind of being off and kind of being distant and wasn't really engaging with them like she normally does, and she kind of went off on her own. And as we're walking home from school, we asked her what did she do for her junior high school trip, and she actually said that she went to Kyoto. So this would be with this upcoming trip, this will be her second time going to Kyoto. As we're walking home, as Nachimi leaves, and it's just Komi and Tadano. Tadano asks Komi, is she okay? You seem off. It seemed like it was something bothering you today. What was it? And Komi first says no, but as they go their separate ways, Komi actually calls him and lets him know that she was actually really not really telling him the truth about that. And we had a nice transition into the flashback scene of her in junior high. It showed how alone and how isolated Komi was from the rest of the people in her class, how she felt isolated, how she felt lonely, how she wanted friends or couldn't really get them because how her communication disorder is. And you got to see that she even back then she had no friends, and she's actually really been crippled by this communication disorder to where it really bothers and changes how she interacts or even does things that she might want to do. It was also interesting to see for the first time Komi kind of really tackling that own part of herself too, getting to see a flashback of her from her own perspective. We've seen it from Najimi before when they were like little like little children, but her at an older age, and Komi actually referencing her past with her communication disorder. And I think this is a good thing because she's actually like going back and looking at things and actually acknowledging them, and now she could see how things differ from even back then. She could see actually the differences that all these things make, as we see, you know, last time she couldn't even look at the people in the faces that she was going to go to Kyoto with, and that really bothered her to the point where she felt like she wouldn't communicate with them at all. She was too scared to look at them, so she ended up just dodging the trip entirely and not attending the trip and just staying at home by herself. Whereas this time, you know, everybody wants to be in her group, and to the point where we have to draw lots to determine who's going to be in her group. So now she actually, as we saw, she actually saw that change, and you can see the brightness in her eyes light up as she's looking at everybody looking at her, which was a nice moment. And like I said, Tadano is just the MVP, man, for actually noticing these little minute things that Komi does, how she's feeling and all that, and actually giving her the time, letting her actually saying, take your time. We can take as long as you need. I can see that this, you know, heavily weighs on you. This is heavily traumatic for you. So let's take our time. If you don't want to talk about it now, that's fine. If you want to talk about it now, that's fine. But it will take as long as you need to take for you to get this out. Her talking about what was a really bad moment for her actually allowed her to have definitely her longest and most engaging verbal conversation, by far the longest she's ever talked to anyone, including Tadano. And it was a legit verbal conversation that she was having with Tadano as she was explaining her story. She was explaining her story while she was scared of going on the Kyoto trip, her concerns because of what happened in her past. And it was actually nice to see them have a genuine conversation, man. So next episode, man, I know Komi is, and I'm going to be looking forward to this Kyoto trip. I think this is probably by far like my favorite episode of this season of Komi because of what they did as far as that flashback, the whole conversation with Tadano. It was really dope. It was really dope. So let me know what you guys thought of this episode in the comments. Leave a like if you liked the video. And with that, I'm David. Hope you guys have a great one. Peace.